Hey y'all, I am chopping an onion, getting ready to make a little crock pot meal for John and me. I do this one every year and he and I really both love it. It is called lasagna soup, and it's literally, instead of layering lasagna and all that hard work and labor, it's seriously just dumping everything in a crock pot and moving on. It's fantastic. At the end, I do bake mine off and top it with cheese, but you can simply put it in a bowl and top it with cheese and eat it. But I will make it a little more fancy, and I'll put it in individual little servings. I know this is not individual. This could feed 2 or 4. And I'll put cheeses on top and I'll broil it in the oven. So if that sounds good to you, you just stay with me and we will get this done. I also love this because during this season, this Christmas season and holiday season, it's one of those meals I can put in the crock pot and to have this hearty meal in the evening for us. Yet I was in the kitchen just a few minutes with y'all, and it's like somebody else is doing all the work. So that's what I love about a crock pot. You don't have to do this in the crock pot. You could do it all in the evening if you want to, in a pot on your stove, and just let it cook for about 30-40 minutes, and then you're ready to eat your soup. But what I love about the crock pot cooking is in the morning I'm bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. You know, I drink my coffee and feel like I can save the world, and I've got all that energy to do this real quick. But in the evenings I tend to start losing that energy. Y'all know what I'm talking about. It's like, ooh, I don't feel like doing all that tonight. So that's why I like crock pot meals. And I have gone on today, and it's not early morning anymore, but I can still do this in the afternoon as well, depending on if you want your crock pot on high for 3 or 4 hours or on low for 8 hours or 10 even. So anyway, you can get this done quick, long time, or in between, okay? Right? I'm gonna get y'all down here so y'all can see what I'm putting in this pot, and then we'll get started. Okay guys, first thing we get is a crock pot, and it's very important. Get your crock pot turned on and preheating so it's nice and warm and can handle you putting some cooked hamburger meat in there, okay, that's warm. We don't want to start in a cold crock because we might just crack our crock. We don't want to do that, do we? I've got 2 pounds of ground hamburger meat that I browned before I got on here with y'all. And I know y'all saw me spraying that with non-stick cooking spray. That's our friend, isn't it? Yes, he is. All right, we got our 2 pounds of that. We're going to add to that 1 chopped, mine's a yellow onion. Use whatever kind of onion you want to. That's no big deal. There we have it. And to that, we need to add some salt is what I'll put in here first. I'm gonna put 1 teaspoon of salt, just like that. Gotta season our onions and hamburger, don't we? And to that, I'm also gonna put some fresh ground pepper. That's optional. John and I both love fresh ground pepper, so we are putting it. Also, I like to put garlic powder. Get my teaspoon back, and this is actually granulated garlic or garlic powder. Don't put garlic salt because that means you'll be adding more salt, okay guys? That's 1 teaspoon of garlic powder. I don't have a big 28-ounce can, but I have 2 14 and a half ounce cans of diced tomatoes, so that is just as good. Yes, it is. I had called myself opening that before I got on here, but he just didn't want to behave, did he? There we go. These diced tomatoes adds a real fresh little bite to this. It's very, very good. Juice and all, undrained. Also, we want some tomato sauce in there, and I do have a big 28-ounce can of tomato sauce, but you can also use 2 smaller cans like I just did on the diced tomatoes. Woo! That decided to go in there and it went, didn't it? And next to this, I want to add 2 teaspoons of oregano, and I'm just using dried oregano today. I keep doing away with my teaspoon here. Come back to your teaspoon. I'm gonna do 1 and 2. I love dried oregano, guys. Love it. We're also going to put 1 tablespoon of this chopped minced garlic. If you don't have any of this pre-chopped that I love, it's a time saver, you can use about 4 cloves of garlic. It will work just fine. There we go. Also, we need some bay leaves. Gives it a nice depth of flavor, doesn't it? We're going to put about 2 or 3. Whatever suits your fancy. And we also need some beef broth. I don't need this much. All I need is about 2 cups. So I'm going to put about half this container. This is 4 cups in there, just about like that. I didn't have a smaller can of beef broth. That's all you really need. Also, we need some parsley. And I happen to have some fresh parsley. I've had this in my refrigerator in some water in this jar. I pre-washed it when I got it last week. You see how pretty it still is? I love that little tip. And I'm just going to chop some really quickly for us. If you don't have that, you certainly can just use the dried parsley. I do a lot. I'll put a little bit of that too. We'll have a little bit of all of it. How about that? All right, and the fresh parsley, I need about 1/4 cup. So I'll just tear me some off like that. And I'm going to chop it away. And the only other thing we're going to need for this is some cheeses once our lasagna soup is done. Y'all see how wonderful and quick this is? And it tastes exactly like something you've been cooking in the kitchen slaving over for hours. Y'all know how lasagna is to make. I love to do it, but I don't always have that time. Do y'all? Me either. All right, guys, we are going to just give this a stir. Isn't it beautiful colors? Okay, guys, about the last 30 minutes before you're getting ready to eat, you take the top off. Look at our good-looking mixture. Yes. And we need to add our lasagna noodles, right? And these are just the uncooked lasagna noodles. It's a 1-pound box, or it's about 18 of these lasagna noodles like that. And I just like to break mine in half, okay? And you can even do it in thirds if you want to, so you'll have smaller pieces in your soup. So however you want to. Just like this. And we're going to stir these under. Just like this. Get them down in your sauce. And if it looks like you want it to be saucier, you can add some more beef broth at this time if you want to. Mine looks pretty good. Sometimes I do add a little bit more. Fish out your bay leaves as well. I should have done that before I put my noodles in there, huh? He happened to come to the top and show himself to me. Yeah, he did. All right, guys. Get them in there like that. Add them all in there and stir them around. Get sauce between each one of them so they won't stick together. Y'all know what I'm talking about, don't you? 30 minutes and we'll have our soup. Hey guys, it is time. It has been 30 minutes and our stuff looks really good. Y'all want to see it? Doesn't that look good? Yum! Those lasagna noodles are done. John and I love lots of pasta in this soup. If you don't, put half that much. Put a ½ pound or about 10 long lasagna noodles broken up into pieces, okay? We love lots of pasta in there though. I've got these little individual servings. You could do it in a big long casserole if you want to. If my boys were still at home, I'd make a big casserole, but it's just John and me, so we like to do a little individual. I've used other containers too. I've used these containers. So whatever you got, if you want to make a little personal thing, and I know that these are big enough for 2 people, But John and I, we're hungry come supper time. Yes, we are. I'm going to spray my little cast iron with some nonstick so it'll clean up really, really easily. And now I have turned my oven on to broil behind us there. And now I'm just spooning this in here. And that's the glory of it. We've got lasagna and we haven't worked so hard on it, have we? No, we haven't. I love it. We'll have enough that I can put this up in the freezer, and another time I can get it out and let it thaw during the day while I'm working, and I'll have a home cooked, slow cooked meal in a flash, right? Yes. All right, John likes his a little more meaty than me, so I'm gonna add him a little more meatiness. Yum! Doesn't this look good? Yes, it does. You can feel it to the top, but I know we're not gonna eat that much, guys. So do as much as you're gonna eat, okay? All right, this is what you can do. Right now, you could have put this in a bowl and just sprinkle some mozzarella cheese on top or some Parmesan, and you're done. But I love to bake it. That's why I call it lasagna soup bake, because right now I take some mozzarella cheese. So I kind of turn it from a soup into a baked thing. But you can leave it soup right now and eat it just like this. Just put your cheese on top and let that melt in your crock pot, and you've got it right there in your crock pot and you don't have to do any more. This is just a little something special that you can do too. If you want to do like me, you can do this. Okay, mozzarella on top. Then I have some sliced provolone cheese. It's good, and it melts really well on top. So I'm going to place some of these around. Can y'all see what I'm doing? I'll get y'all down here to do the next one. 4 slices it takes to cover this. That's crazy, I know. Y'all want to come look closer and look and see what this one's looking like? Let me get you down here. Let me get y'all down here. Y'all bear with me and I'm going to move you closer. Just like that. There we are. Now then you can see a little closer what I'm doing. I've got my mozzarella. Now I'm going to place my provolone slices around. You see, this is very cheesy how it ends up for us. And it's very good. Yes, it is. Then I've got my Parmesan Reggiano, and I freeze mine. I get a big block of it at Sam's and I freeze it so it lasts forever, and I get it out. It's still frozen right now, and it helps it to grate really well. And I put a lot of this on top because it toasts really well for us. It makes it look golden and beautiful. Alright guys, y'all see that? Alright, let me back y'all up so we can get this in the oven. We're ready to eat. Are y'all ready to eat? We are too. John and I more or less fast during the day. So we can eat well at night. So we're hungry. We're hungry. Alright guys, my oven's on broil. It is nice and hot. And I'm going to slide this up here to the top. On the top, right under there. And when you're broiling something, there's no need to close the oven. Keep it open. That way you can keep watch on it and not let it burn, okay? Hey y'all. We have watched TV. We're watching that 1883 that goes along with Yellowstone. It's just as good as Yellowstone. We just love that show. But anyway, I let this cool off while we were enjoying television. And now I'm packing it up. Because like I say, I just cooked for 2 now. So we did all that cooking today. And I'm putting this in a freezer Ziploc bag. I have written lasagna soup on it. I'm trying to just lay it out where it's easy to thaw it. It's got lasagna soup, December 2021. And so here next month or so, all I've got to do is let this thaw, put it in those containers, and we've got a whole other meal again. So I just want to show you what I do. Like I say, if my boys were still here, we'd have eaten this all up tonight. I'll see y'all next time. Bye-bye.